Hello, and welcome back to Xpwaste, where you can give an elf a fish and they'll probably eat it, but you can teach a barbarian to fish and they'll make a fire with a bow. I'm Michael.
And I have no words. Hi, I'm Oxie. If you're new around here, normally our intros don't take multiple takes. That one did. Welcome to the party. We're a podcast that talks about old school Runescape predominantly. We get off track. That's why we Xpwaste, is because we are not super efficient when talking about RuneScape. You should see how we play great guns. If you're not new around here, if you're listening to this, congratulations. We've survived the Springo draft, and I couldn't be happier that it is over. Michael, how has your day, week, and last 6 minutes and 43 seconds been?
It's been pretty good. 6 minutes, 43 seconds. Not too bad. I gave Oxie a quick fruit update before we started.
I'm gonna scream.
The fruit is still on my desk. So what is this, episode 55? So it's officially been 5 entire weeks that the fruit has been sitting on the desk, and there is no fuzz. I just did a complete fuzz check. There's no fuzz. There's no mold. The orange is still soft, surprisingly. I don't know at this point that I would eat it. Maybe last week I would have still eaten it, but this week it's not edible. The lime is completely solid. I don't know what happened to this lime.
For those of you on Spotify, this lime, I'm not shitting you, looks more like a walnut than it does a lime. Like, is it a walnut or a chestnut? What's the big one that comes in the big brown cover? I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to fact check myself. What does a walnut look like on a... Oh my God. Yeah, it looks like a walnut. If he threw that at the wall with enough haste, he could put a hole in the drywall. I'm
going to hit it with a ruler. Ready?
Oh.
Yeah. So you're getting the full experience, audio only, guys. So
so sorry, audio only.
Still smells good. The lime still smells good, and it's not looking great. It's not really yellow anymore. Anyway, we will have merch up within the next couple weeks once I do bury the fruit in my compost bin. Just a picture of my sorry looking fruit on a t-shirt.
What?
Oxie's not happy.
We're marketing
not happy
this
about that.
Now? What?
Yeah, why not?
What?
It's been a part of the show. It's gonna, you know what? It's gonna have a picture of the fruit, and then it's gonna have the dates. It's like March whatever to April whatever. It's just like the picture of the fruit. Oh, that's great.
That could only work if it's done in the most Renaissance art style possible. It has to be elegantly done.
Yeah, and you're like, why is there a picture of moldy fruit on your shirt? Oh, it's an inside joke. Listen to Xpwaste.
As much as I think the merch store is really cool, Michael and I are wearing the merch today. It's fun. I think that would make a horrendous shirt. Please don't buy that.
I would buy it. I'll buy it and wear it. Maybe that'll be our Patreon shirt, since we need some merch for our Patreon.
I can't. Words escape me again. Outside of the fruit, what have you been up to?
A whole lot of nothing, really. Just getting excited for bingo. Worked on the bingo board last night. I got the design down, so we just need to finalize all the tiles, and I'll start placing them. We need to figure out what points you're gonna go where.
By the time this episode comes out, that'll all be done.
That's true.
As much as I would like to say I promise the board will be finished by the time this episode comes out, I'm not sure, but
the board should be finished because this comes out on the 31st, and then bingo starts on the 1st.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any way that I'm gonna still be working on the board on the day bingo starts. I hope not, anyway.
He also hasn't finished the March extra episode that we recorded in the middle of February.
I have not.
So, by the time this episode comes out, everything's up in the air. Who knows, bro? Who knows?
Okay, so I haven't finished it, but I had a lot. And when you hear that episode, you're gonna know it's as good as it could get without redoing it. There was just, as it goes with Xpwaste, there was a myriad of technical issues that we face where it requires a lot of patience to overcome. And I was doing that for the last month. When I tell you how it took me hours to figure this out, it took me hours. So I could have had it done and edited probably like a month ago, but I just kind of got discouraged mixed with like procrastination. That's all it really was. And now I'm coming down to the wire, and I have 2 episodes to edit this week, and maybe Oxie will edit this one. I don't know. We'll see.
Will we? I don't know about that.
I guess not. Shoot your shot, guys. You got to shoot your shot. Anyway, yeah, my week's been pretty good. I came to the sad realization, I think, that since the beginning of March, I can probably count on one hand, maybe 2 hands, the amount of times I've logged in and played RuneScape. And this week, it's been for a total of about an hour to play the new Guardians of the Rift. And that was fun. But we got a car this week, 2nd car. We're a 2-car family now. And so like both of my days off, Thursday, Friday, the entire day was spent just like looking for a car, getting a car. And if you've bought a car anytime in your entire life, you know how stressful that can be and how time consuming it is. So it's not fun, but we have a new car. That's great.
Sick.
How about you, man? How was your week?
It's been pretty solid. I'm trying to think of like IRL stuff I did. I'm spending time with people in real life again, which is nice. My fencing team is very close, which is nice. So
yeah,
I've been taking some time to hang out with people IRL, which is a nice change of pace. In RuneScape, though, I have been doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Happy to report, I finally killed Fazani's Nightmare.
Yay!
It only took 970 mil worth of loaned gear and 37 attempts. But I finally got it done. Shout out to Jake and Jesse for the Scythe, the Inquisitor, the Sangstaff, and 15,000 blood runes on loan.
Goodness.
Jesse may have given me 17,000. I'm not gonna lie. Blood. I didn't have any of that stuff, but yeah. I've been cranking out combat achievements, so they're going to reduce the amount of KCs required. We talked about it a little while ago, but wow, when they said reduced, they meant like reduced.
Yeah.
Like, I think the wilderness bosses went from 100 to 20 for the max tier.
20?
Yeah, 20.
How's that? Like, is that the Grandmasters?
No, that's
or
the
just
elites.
Like the max tier
that's like the max tier they have. Yeah.
What? 20?
Yeah. Everything has been like halved or more. I think when the update comes out, if I don't kill a single boss for the rest of my life, I will have every single kill count challenge completed except for Theater of Blood, Fazani's Nightmare, and the Inferno.
Wow.
Every other kill count challenge will be done.
Huh.
So, as far as the elites go, I have 101 out of 112. Of the incomplete kill count challenges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 incompletes are going to be handed to me. So that's 5 free that I get right there.
Right.
Of the ones I have remaining, Orag Freezer 2 has made me want to punch a wall because that's hard to do solo because I don't know how to do like the Bandos Mage or Bandos Range method. So I think I have to drag a friend along. Solo Nightmare is just so boring. It's just so boring. That's literally all it is. Fragment of Seren speed trialist, sure. Toppling the Diarchy might be the most fun one I have left, which is where you kill Rex and another king on the same tick. So I think you have to do it with chins. I think it's chins. And then the new bane of my Elite Combat Diaries is the stupid fucking Mimic. So,
yeah.
For those of you who don't know the story, way back in the day, when I completed my first ever Master Clue, I got a Mimic. I had like 70-something range, or 70-something mage, and like 68 or 69 range. And all the guides I looked at online were like, oh, bring a blowpipe, bring ice barrage. I'm like, sick. I don't have any of that. I brought ice blitz with full mystic, died 6 times, I think, because that's how
Oh,
many rolls you
gosh.
get on a master clue. Lost all 6 of my rolls and lost the clue. So I got the music track for the music cape, but I never got the KC because I got it way too early.
Mhm.
So now I've been hunting a mimic. I think I'm like 40 something master clues deep without a mimic.
No
I'm
way.
like, yeah, I mean,
That's so many.
Seriously, let me look myself up real quick.
Holy cow. It's
Yeah,
like
I
1 in
have
15. That's so unlucky.
I have 52 elites and 41 masters and 1 mimic
wow.
in my entire time playing the main game. Yeah. So I need a mimic real bad. I'm hoping to get one during bingo. I don't know if it's going to be a tile. I just want one at this point because I'll be doing clues because I need it for the combat diaries.
Yeah.
That's been my top priority recently. It's literally the only thing I'm hoping for is to get these combat diaries done. And I have thought about it. I think it would be a cool flex to get the elite diaries done before they make the kill count change.
Yeah.
To say like, oh, I got them done before the nerf, before the reduction.
Mhm.
I don't foresee myself doing 25 Theater of Blood, which I'm ranked at top, by the way, for real this week.
Nice.
I did get it the day the episode came out last week.
Right.
But 25 Tob, quite a few God Wars dungeon bosses. Callisto I could do on like a Tuesday night. But, you know,
I wouldn't like beat yourself up to do it. But it would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to say like, yeah, and it's really just for bragging rights. There's nothing special about it. You're just like, hey, I did this when you had to get 250 Vedion.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Well, I did get
Vedion.
I did get 100 Vedion. You can check my high scores.
Yes.
I have 100 Vedion. It's Callisto I'm waiting on, but you know.
We're not really talking about much this week, but we're talking about a lot. I hope. We didn't really plan out the episode that much, but I think that's going to make it fun.
Yeah. So I'm sick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell because I'm feeling a lot better, but I am definitely sick. Hopefully our editor, who we pay so much for, will edit out all like the coughing and the sniffling and the nose blowing. But yeah, I'm not feeling great. It's not the Rona. It's just a cold. So hopefully I won't have to do a whole lot of talking today. But we'll see.
You know I'm not one for talking, usually.
And unfortunately, I am one for talking. So
yeah. So we had some changes to Guardians of the Rift. I think since we've talked, though, Guardians of the Rift has come out. Have you gotten to play it much? Or have you tried it at all?
It slaps. This is fantastic. This is the most fun I've had runecrafting ever. Like it is, I mean, it's in line with like Temporos or Wintertodd. Like it's not like, oh my God, this is like the pinnacle of content, but it's fun for a skilling activity. It's far and away the most engaging runecrafting. And even when you're doing it in the engaging way, I think you're still making like 45, 50k XP an hour, which is a hell of a lot faster than Bloods.
Yes.
So
Bloods are super AFK, and you kind of trade off for that. But I've heard people say like after doing it for a while, they're like, I just forget that I'm training runecrafting.
Yeah.
It's just like a side benefit that you're having fun doing this minigame, and you're also earning pretty good rates, which I guess I'm happy with it. I don't know. We talked a while back about how this minigame just needed to like buff runecrafting rates to a reasonable amount, but I don't know. It seems decent for, it's not much effort. At least the couple games that I did. You are running around a lot, but once you get used to it, I feel like it becomes pretty easy. Maybe you can watch a movie while you're doing it. It becomes pretty AFK.
You absolutely can.
Yeah, I feel like it's along the lines of like click Alter at ZMI, rinse and repeat, but again, it's just a lot more fun.
I think it's a lot less intense than that. The first like 2 minutes of the game are literally spent like mining the little essence chunks. I finished the first season of Rebels while watching or while playing Guardians of the Rift. Also, fun fact, I don't know if they're going to change this, by the time this episode comes out. If you type !KC Runetod, it pops up with your Guardians of the Rift kill count. I'm not kidding.
Gosh.
It's hysterical.
Runetod.
I saw people doing it at Guardians of the Rift. I'm like, dude, there's no way that's true. It's true. I just did it. I have 12 completions, which doesn't feel like the amount of time I've spent runecrafting in the last week.
Oh.
The games are slow, but you get a
Games are slow.
Like, you're still
They're like
crafting runes the whole time, but you get like a nice chunk of XP at the end.
Aren't they like 8 to 10 minutes probably?
Mass World, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had people in the clan doing it like almost all week. And there's people who've done solos, there's people who've done Mass World games. And the funny thing is I don't think that a solo is any better than doing it in a mass. Which I don't know if that's an intended mechanic, but I think the Mass Worlds are better.
It might be for points. So Temporos and Wintertod are the same way. You generally only solo it if you want points. Don't do that at Zalcano, because take it from a guy who's done solo Zalcano, that shit takes half an hour. It's not worth it.
And don't do solo Volcanic Mine either. That's not fun.
Not fun. But I think as far as like the reward dips go, so to speak, it's probably better for that because you'll get more points. I think it's capped at like 1,200 a piece.
No, 1,200 total.
1,200 total between elemental and catalytic?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That doesn't really seem worth it to do a solo then, because you can get pretty close. You could easily hit that cap in a small team. But what I'm curious about is, I've only done Mass Worlds because, much like Nex, CBA with figuring out the metas for small teams we could release, I'm going to let somebody else do that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Abyssal Guardians spawn. Like a shitload.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to protect those barriers in a solo. So unless the amount of enemies comes out, like the amount of abyssal monsters that come out scale to the amount of people that are there,
yeah,
I'm really not sure how a solo would even work. If you've done one, sound off in the comments or let us know on Discord. But like,
yeah,
I'm not sure how a solo Runetod, which like
Rune
at this
Todd.
point it's not even disrespect. It's just a meme. Fishing Todd, Runetod, Winter Todd. They're all unique pieces of content. Ironically, with Winter Todd being the worst one, but you know,
I feel like I enjoy Winter Todd more than I enjoy Temporos. Temporos to me is not fun content. It's easy and it's like it's pretty mindless, but it's not fun. And I say that, right? But then I also understand that Winter Todd is very boring and it's not engaging content. I think I just have a soft spot for Winter Todd because I got 99 on my first Ironman, and I don't have 99 fishing yet. I'm working on that on the main. But there is a myriad of changes that they've already made. These hot fixes came the day after it got released. It says they increased the weighting of the abyssal pearls by 15%. So if you're doing it day one and you're like, where are my abyssal pearls? They increased the drops on those by 15%, which I think is good, but it's not enough because I don't want to spend 100 hours of my life doing runecrafting to get the pet recolor when I'm already 99 runecrafting. Seems kind of like a waste of time. Maybe I'll do that after I max. Just not happy about it, okay, Oxie? I'm just not happy about it. Listen,
I can tell.
The ring makes money. The ring right now, well, not right now, but when I checked it the other day, the ring was nearly 20 mil.
Okay.
It may be a lot less. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe 15
Ring of the
mil.
Elements. There's a 20 in there. 25,437 GP. When Solo Mission sold his for 247 mil, that was probably one of the first in the game that got sold. Yeah.
How come they were 20 mil yesterday? I don't know.
Was it yesterday that you looked? Michael, I got the GE thing pulled up right now. Ring of the Elements. That's the new one, right?
Yeah. Anyway, maybe I was wrong. It's not going to be worth it. I was like, if these rings are 20 mil a piece and they only cost 300 pearls, and you spend 3,000 pearls, you could just buy 10 rings and call it a day with 200 mil after you're done runecrafting. But if they're only 25k each, it seems like you wouldn't buy any of them. And maybe you will save up for the runecrafting recolor. But the outfit is also nearly that much. It nearly costs that much too. So I guess you'd have to prioritize really what you want, or get nearly 6,000 pearls. Which to me just doesn't sound like fun.
I mean, there's the alternative of not getting 99 before the Guardians of the Rift comes out.
I don't have that luxury.
You could have considered that. I don't know. But you have a pet to recolor. So
I have 2 pets to recolor. I got 2 Rift Guardians, but I can only use one at a time.
And here he is.
It would be really cool if you could have a recolored Rift Guardian and then go reclaim a regular Rift Guardian. Maybe you can do that since I have 2 on the log.
You just changed the transmog, Michael.
Oh, it's a toggle. You're right.
I think, yeah.
I'm silly.
I think that's how.
I think you're right.
Because I think that's how dust works.
I think you're right. And the squirrel too.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like my Rocky pet. Like when you turn it back, you have to use the pie again, or you have to use the red berry, but it's red berry.
Because those cost like 70 GP,
yes.
Not 80 hours worth of gameplay.
Right.
I really like the new reward shop. I do have 2 gripes with it. Number one, in hindsight, I kind of wish that, and we talked about this a little bit with some of my some of the RuneScape friends day of release, that I kind of wish that the outfit pieces would have been random from the dips.
Yes.
Like if you get like the hat, you'll never roll the hat. Kind of like how bludgeon pieces work.
Where like Winter Todd. Oh no, you can get dupes. Never mind.
Yeah, well, like allow for dupes, but like, like I said, at Sire, you dip the unsired in, you get like the axon or the spine or the claw, but you don't get like 3 axons in a row, right? And that's how the outfit would have been received, and then you buy the god recolors instead of the other way around, because we kind of worked it out that like you could kill 10,000 Runetodd Guardians of the Rift, and you couldn't, like, there's a chance you don't get the Guthix recolor because it's random from the pool. Yeah. Kind of wish it would have been flipped. It's not the only skilling outfit that is a random drop, considering you've got the Pyromancer outfit and the Lumberjack outfit and the Angler outfit that are all random drops that you can go dry for. So, I mean, had they done it within reason, cool. And then made the recolors cost a little bit of money. It's not like a Gag-X, how dare you. It's more of like perhaps an alternate suggestion for future content. My other minor gripe, and this is just me bitching in Ironman mode, you cannot buy the Death and Blood talismans they sell until you complete Morning's End Part 2 and Sins of the Father. So you still have to go and get that guy all of his shit for the Death Talisman in Morning's End Part 2. And you can't buy it until you complete Morning's End Part 2.
That's hilarious. That is actually hilarious. Because it's like, that would be Easyscape. If you could just go and buy the talisman, you don't need to go and do all that silly stuff in the quest. That's hilarious.
So Morty in the recording booth chat has just made a comment that the catalytic talisman works for Morning's End Part 2. If that's true, do not ever grind for Morning's End Part 2 again. Just do Guardians of the Rift. If you're an Iron. I don't know if that's true.
Remind me again what you need the talisman for. It's been a long time since I've done that quest. Like, what do you need the talisman for?
So you need the Death Talisman to get into the Death Altar at the end of Morning's End Part 2. So that's all you need.
That's like,
it's inconvenient because on an Ironman, there are 2 ways to get a Death Talisman. The first is to kill a Dark Beast, which is a 90 Slayer requirement. The second is to get this stupid dwarf 50 random ass items from this list that you have to take multiple trips because you only have 28 inventory spaces. And if you mess up and you leave, like if you leave the area without turning the crystal the right way, the right orientation to get back in, you have to repeat the entire puzzle. It's not just the agility shortcuts that make Morning's End Part 2 one of the most hated quests in the game. It's everyone's like, oh, one small favor is the worst fetch quest. No, it's not. Not if you're an Iron Man. And if you make a mistake, it is punishing.
And if you're a main account, what, you just buy the Death Talisman?
Yeah, you buy the Death Talisman. I bought that shit in a heartbeat. I looked in the quest, and I'm like, man, how am I going to get all this stuff? And I scroll down, it's like, mains can just buy it. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm buying this for sure.
Wow. That's why I don't remember how toxic that quest was, because I probably just bought the talisman.
Yeah, none of us have ever actually done the quest on an Iron Man, either one of us to know. So
wow,
I'm hoping it works, but
yeah, not yet anyway. Yeah, no, Oxie's right. Don't do any of the other stuff. Just play Guardians of the Rift. You're gonna probably want to play that game anyway, because the runes are busted on an Iron Man.
It's actually it's and like benefits aside, it's just fun. Runecrafting is now fun. Not a combination of words I thought I would say.
Right. I didn't think
on record, but
we would hear that out of anybody's mouth. I mean, I thought runecrafting was fun, but that's also because of the circumstances I think I was in. Like, I had just went on paternity leave. I was literally watching TV all day with a sleeping baby next to me, and I had nothing else to do but run Essence on an altar.
Well, and runecrafting can be satisfying. Runecrafting can be relaxing. You know, there's something real nice about watching a TV show or catching up on YouTube or watching a Twitch stream. And then after a couple hours, boom, 8,000 blood runes in your inventory. Like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. It's not fun, but like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, it's chill. We've said it. We say it all the time. Runecrafting is click intensive and not that great until you get to 77. Life changing.
Yep.
But now with Guardians of the Rift, because you get runecrafting experience from Enter the Abyss and Temple of the Eye. So like, before you even start runecrafting, you can get up to like 20 something RC without ever having to craft a rune.
And then you do Eye of Gloffrey or something.
Yeah, the Eyes of Gloffrey give the construction and the runecrafting experience. Yeah, so you have like hella runecrafting levels handed to you, which is great for early game diaries. And it's also great for Guardians of the Rift, because I think the way it works is that if you don't have the runecrafting level, you can't go to that altar.
Right.
Which will short you on both runes and points. Because if you do it with like 30 runecrafting, you won't be able to get into the nature altar or the death altar or the blood altar or anything like that. And you'll lose out on points when those things rotate through.
Yeah, you're missing out on a lot of catalytic points. Because you need an equal amount of both to do reward pulls. So I'm wondering what the efficient level would be to start so that you have a good amount of elemental and catalytic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look into that.
In my experience, it's 86.
In my experience, it's 99. So
our
experience is a lot different.
We have 2 data points, and that's 86. All we know. That's all we know to work with.
Hell yeah.
And like we said at the top of the episode, efficiency is not our thing. Elagio said he still got the 60,000 bloods from Skill of the Week. I envy you. Don't do the Inferno if you want to keep those.
And that's back when blood runes were like over 400 each. So that's some money.
Shadow suggests 44 runecrafting, which I think is nature's at 44.
Runes. Oh yeah. Okay.
Because then that walls you off from what? Deaths and bloods, and that's it. Which, like, yeah, high level. No, cosmics are like 23 or something, 26. Okay, I mean, look, yeah, cosmics aren't that high. They're 27.
Oh, sick. Okay. I mean, you could arguably even start at 27.
You miss out on law, death, and blood, which kind of sucks for catalytic points. But
but you still
know.
get the points, and you're still training runecrafting while you're doing it. So arguably, once you get to cosmics, it might not be a bad idea to start it.
Yeah.
Probably what I'm going to do on the groupie.
Bro, low key, we could do a groupie Guardians of the Rift session. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
But one thing I did notice is you don't get the music tracks for going to the altars, which doesn't really matter unless you're an Ironman who's trying to struggle to get all the talismans.
Oh, gotcha.
So, because like the same music from the game will play as you progress. Music, Michael. I should have talked about it at the top of the episode. Oh my God. Last Thursday, I was catching up on a lot of client notes. And as you guys know, I love the music in this game. It's fantastic. I unironically listen to it on Spotify. Seriously, I can show you at some point. It's gross, but I love it. I've been talking about a Theater of Blood metal cover for months, and I finally found it. And not only does it not suck, I was like standing up and dancing in my office.
Way.
It was that hype. I gotta go to YouTube to pronounce this guy's name correctly. But I swear to God, I'll find it because I've been listening to it all the time. T.O.B.
I
metal
wonder,
cover.
When I saw that you posted this, it came out recently. Like
It came out 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
The guy's name is Kamakeen, Kamakeen, right? I commented on this video of like, holy shit, this is everything I've ever wanted. This is fantastic. Is it original? Because I'm like, maybe it's a repost from somewhere. And he's like, I mean, other than the original music tracks, no, like I did this myself. It only has 2,400 views on YouTube, and it's a disgrace because this shit is fantastic. There are individual bits and bobbles that I don't particularly love, like Last King of Urasa, the Zarpus song. One of my favorites in the game. I think it's a little lackluster. It's really hard to replicate Fat Lady Sings with the same gusto without like it's not even a full orchestra, but it's just difficult to translate the operatics and the electric guitar at the same time. Both still good pieces and both a phenomenal showcase of work as a whole. We're going to link it in the description. Listen to this shit. I don't care if you hate the in-game music. This is different. This is like if Sabbath did RuneScape. I'm not fucking kidding you guys.
Yeah.
This is mind-blowing. I'm very excited about it. I messaged every RuneScape Discord that I was in. It's like, you guys have to listen to this right now.
2,300 of the 2,400 views are Oxie.
There's a strong chance that's the case. There's a strong chance that's the case.
Two things about this.
This shit's awesome.
Two things about this that I noticed. It is 30-something minutes long. This man took the entire raid, sequence by sequence, and just made a 30-minute track of everything. He didn't just take the final battle music with Verzik. No, every single room is redone in one giant track, which I think is really cool. And the second thing is, I cannot help but think that this might have been inspired by you. We have been talking about a full metal cover of T.O.B. music for more than 4 months, and suddenly now there's this full metal cover of T.O.B. music.
Well, what else came out about 4 months? No, what else came out about 4 months ago that was probably widely more popular than Xpwaste? Julian Surma's metal remix of the Inferno. The RS3 Inferno music?
Oh,
holy shit. You want to talk about a track that the RS3 Inferno music? If there's any J-Mod that would want to come on this show, I would love to ask Mod Surma first, because there are so many things about the sound design and the music that I'm just so curious about.
Yeah.
And like, yes, the RS3 stuff is interesting, but like, how in 2022 are you still trying to replicate the weird pixelated screams of the damned for old school RuneScape? You know, like, what are you doing with that? I'm so curious. But yeah, no, the Inferno music is great. Kamakeen also has the Angel's Fury, so the whole next track heavy metal too. That came out like a month
cool.
ago. Yeah, it's super cool. Well, what was your second point?
Oh, it was those two, that it's 30 minutes long and that I think he watches the show. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. I mean, if he does, that's hype. What's up?
Yeah.
You make great shit. Please make more. But so all the pieces are kind of cut back, if that makes sense. Like, because I think The Nightmare Continues is the name of the track that plays during the bloat room. I think that whole track goes from, that one's like maybe 2 minutes long. That song is like 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay. So the thing about boss music in RuneScape for like longer encounters is they're really long music tracks. Because you're doing it for a long time. I think the Hunlift music track is like 11 minutes.
Oh, wow.
God, I don't know what the name of the track is called, but when you first get into the gauntlet, that same dun 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 dun, that whole track is long as hell. Right?
I must admit, I've not listened to the music of the gauntlet, but I have the game sounds on.
You disappoint me.
I halfway disappoint you. I'm still doing game sounds, it's just not game music.
Well, like the game sounds, they're, it's tactical at some point because you'll hear it go and like do a little weird flex thing it does. Yeah, that's why I keep game sounds on.
It's the only content I actually like playing with the game sounds because the visual is nice, but my muscle memory is built around the how many attacks are coming out and the sounds they make. So it's a little tactical.
Yeah. You want to really challenge yourself? Turn the game sounds off. I call it.
Oh, no, I can't.
Yeah. That's how you'll know you've gotten good.
But it's kind of funny because like whenever I was grinding the gauntlet, my wife was sitting here for a lot of them. She was playing Minecraft and I would have like one headphone back throughout the whole thing. And then as soon as I got into the Hunlift fight, the headphone would fully go on. And she's like, okay, I'll leave you alone for a couple minutes. Cause like, I gotta listen to it.
Time to get serious.
And half of those were 2, 1, mage.
No shade against perp, but my God, that's a
2, 1 range.
That's a crutch if I've ever seen one.
I have put away that crutch, Oxie.
Good.
I put it away. It is in the
Look
closet.
at how much stronger you are now.
I am so much stronger. Ranked, in fact. No, not ranked yet. Will be ranked though.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt whatever we were talking about. I think we were talking about music tracks with Guardians of the Rift.
Oh, yeah.
To circle back to what I was originally saying.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go to the altars without going to them through Guardians of the Rift to get the music track. Because like the game music will play in every altar. So that was that whole spiel with that. Yeah, I got off on a tangent and was able to bring it back. Look at how good I am at podcasting.
Look at you. Because I totally forgot why we were talking about music and I was just ready to move on. So thank you so much. I guess there's not really that many more notable changes. There's a whole blog, like we said in the beginning. We're going to link all of it for you. But get out there and try Guardians of the Rift. If you've ever been like repulsed, it's a good word, repulsed by runecrafting, this should help. This should help a lot. There's a fun quest. I was lied to and said it takes 10 minutes. It took me 30 minutes. So
if you read all the dialogue.
I didn't read any of the dialogue. It still took 30. I was on mobile and on my lunch, so maybe that was it. But it's an easy quest. Just bring a bucket of water. Should be good. And yeah, runecrafting good. Runetod, as they call it now.
Runecrafting. Finally, after all of these years, runecraft good.
Now, in the triad of suck, agility has something that's good. Runecraft has something that's good. Mining, where are you at, mining?
Stars. Beep, 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 beep.
Mining has good...
Throw back to our second episode ever where we're like, mining needs new... I mean, like, there is a volcanic mine.
That's what I was going to say. There is engaging content. Don't get me wrong. Volcanic mine is not the worst, but it heavily requires a lot of like efficiency, and it requires a lot of attention, and it requires you to have other people to even get good rates.
And there's literally no reward for it other than mining XP. For
Yeah.
me, that's the killer with Motherlode or with Volcanic Mine, is because there's nothing you gain from it. People do, I almost said fishing trawler for the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to do Guardians of the Rift for the outfit, the talismans, and all that stuff. Sepulcher for the recolor and the tools. Like, all of the skilling grinds for the skills that are like, or the mini games that are like, they have a reward, but the best XP for mining in the game not only requires other people to play with you, there's no incentive.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a League's task for 2 years. What the hell is an ash-covered tome? What do
you
you
not
do
know?
with that?
No, it allows,
what do you do with that?
Oh, it allows you to cast Ultra Compost using the fertilizer spell. If you have the ash in your inventory. So there's a spell in the lunar spell book.
Okay, yeah, I'm aware. It's just
Yeah.
super composted instead of ultra composted.
It just
yeah?
that one allows you to cast Ultra Compost as the spell if you have volcanic ash in your inventory.
That seems oddly specific.
It's very niche, and I don't think a lot of people. I mean, there may be, but I don't use no. With the addition of the bottomless compost bucket, it kind of became dead content. That spell at least became dead content because it was nice when you know, before the bottomless compost bucket, you had to have 9 buckets of compost in your inventory, or you could just bring some runes. So you bring a mud battle staff, and you know, you're cheering, you're casting super compost. But I don't know, it's kind of dead content. You can get a lot of runite ore. I think when Immortal got 99, he went from like 86 to 99 mining. He got like 15 mil worth of rune ore.
Immortal had a 4 bill bank when he did that.
I'm just saying,
Who
you get
gives a
money, but
shit?
it's really not that much. I made way more money in ore doing Motherlode mine than I ever made at Volcanic Mine.
Yeah.
There is and this is not the whole episode, but there is ways to revive that content, just make it more massable, and
yeah,
give it better rewards. I think you're absolutely right. You should, for a mini game that involves mining, there should be other perks. Like, you should, besides having the ash covered tome,
a pet. I swear to God, a pet would be enough to bring people there.
A pet recolor would be so freaking cool. If you could take the rock golem pet, right, and you have something in the shop that costs money, and it turns it into one of those lava beast golems.
Mm-hmm.
Like you recolor it with lava. That would be so sick. But we're not content.
Like, what else could be a good reward from mining those? Because we have the Volcano Shard for the ornamental dragon pickaxe. We have another dragon pickaxe ornament kit from LMS.
Mm-hmm.
We have the crystal tool seed upgrade. So that's all the pickaxe stuff. We have the outfit. We have the outfit recolor. We have the signet. We have the signet upgrade.
You could do another recolor for the outfit. Make it more like fossily or earthy. Or you could just do a whole outfit purchase from that shop. Like, why can't it come from multiple sources?
But how does that work though? Like, is it the same thing? Because if it's not faster to obtain than Motherlode Mine, immediately dead content, because just get the prospector outfit. Mm-hmm. So what does it do? Does it like double ore? Does it triple ore? Does it have like a 25% chance to double or triple ore? Like,
I don't know.
There has to be some benefit to a new outfit. A pet recolor would be pretty sick. Maybe there could be something like, I don't know. Honestly, it's going to be weird to say because I know we don't often compare anything to RS3. Volcanic Mine and Fossil Island period could probably benefit from an archaeology update.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
cool.
Archaeology in RS3 has kind of really driven the whole like World Guardian story a lot, from my understanding. You know, they just released a trailer for like Elder God Wars Extinction, which I think is going to be like their next Grandmaster quest. Like, Zuck is crawling out of the hole. Like, it's coming to a head here in RS3. It's real exciting for them. But I think the addition of archaeology allowed that. to like get into Centistan and things like that. I don't know for sure. I don't play RS3. All of my RS3 stands, let me know in Discord when this episode comes out. You guys are always really good about that, and that's awesome. But I think some sort of large-scale content update could help Volcanic Mine.
Yeah. Or, I mean, they could have another mining minigame similar with like totally reworked mechanics and just leave Volcanic Mine as it is, but make something else. And just make something else altogether that has something that makes sense as far as an expansion to the Motherlode Mine. I don't know. You could make a lot of things happen.
Yeah, I think my only gripe is that you really can't do it by yourself. The counter argument to that is the fastest XP in the game is 3-tick and granite, and you can do that by yourself. But also don't want to do that at all, let alone efficiently enough to outdo the rates I'll get from VM. But
VM is also the best pet chance too, so that's kind of fun.
So VM has benefits, but just not enough. Like, is there even a Volcanic Mine world?
Nope.
Really?
And you can't use the same mine in the same world as other people. So it's locked once somebody goes in. It's not instanced.
That's weird.
Yep. So when you go to search the mine, it'll say there's already somebody down there. And then when they come back out, you can just yoink the world. But
can't you like go in together? Isn't that a thing?
You can go in together.
Like,
so once the game starts, you can't go, like you can't just reuse the same world.
Oh, Guardians of the Rift is the same way.
Yeah.
It's like that's not uncommon for RuneScape.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's just like there's no incentive to mass it. I don't know.
It's actually worse. Unfortunately, the more people you have, I think 5 is the max number. But after that, it just gets crazy.
Huh.
I don't know the nitty gritty, but that's what I heard. Like between 2 and 4 is probably the best, and then 5 is like okay, but after 5, it's just not worth it.
Yikes! I've done a little bit of VM, helping. I think mostly Scape on the road to 99. I may have jumped in with Immortal once or twice, but I know I wasn't one of his VM guys when he was getting the max grind done. So maybe I'll be there someday myself. Who knows?
Probably I think you might have to. No, it's fun. It's fun. It's a good.
I meant maxing. I meant maxing as a whole. Not. I don't have a vendetta against Volcanic Mine. Just
gotcha.
Click boss dopamine up.
2024.
Click rock dopamine down. You know what I mean? In simple terms. There's another pretty substantial thing happening in Discord today that has, quite frankly, taken my sick ass and exhausted it far more than I intended it to.
Yeah.
What is happening today, Michael, on Monday? What is happening today?
So today, Monday, the 28th, we officially started drafting our teams for our bingo.
Holy shit.
Springo 2022 has officially begun with the draft. We have officially 9 teams, and it looks like there's going to be between 13 and 14 people per team, which absolutely insane. The fall bingo, which was arguably our largest bingo before this, was like
it had 43 participants, 6 of which were captains.
Okay.
This had 127 participants and 9 of which were captains. This event has been off the chain. I do want to give a shout out to everyone who's been in the draft and having to put up with the time it takes to do it.
Yeah.
Right. It's really easy to like just assign teams and, not really care. As long as this has been to wait for everyone. Like, it's not like, one person delayed us. Like, we have captains on the West Coast and we have captains in British summertime. Like, there's no way we could have coordinated it that we all have the same time off in the same time zone on the same day. It's just not going to happen. So shout out to the participants for like bearing with us the whole time. We're on track to finish the draft today.
That's insane.
Bigger shout out to the captains who have like stuck with this shit and researched their team and have picked people they want. They have negotiated with each other for certain members and certain picks. They have been very like vocal with people. The Springo chat has been going up since 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's 11:30 Eastern, and there are still people in there waiting for the draft to continue. My social batteries burned out after about 7.5 hours of being in VC. I went to go make dinner and deafened myself and just left. Got up from my computer for like an hour. I'm like, I'm done. I'm so tired today. We are pushing through. So shout out to everyone who has been just helpful with that and willing to participate and really excited. We're down to the wire. We're down to the final 8 picks of bingo. And now, Michael, why am I making such an emphasis on this?
Because right now it's your turn.
You're damn right, baby. I'm the one holding up the draft because I'm recording the show. It's my turn to pick. So I'm going to do it live right now.
Here we go.
I have looked it over, and I do have, like, from what I'm looking at here, the last 8 are kind of like some of the more lower level people. This is where I was most excited because I'm like, ooh, yes, we taking these fucking kids to PVM. If you can hold a dragon scimitar, you're coming with me to Bando, so I don't give a shit. I'm so excited for this. So I think, I think I'm going to, okay, I'm going to do it.
Who's it going to be? He's typing. While he's doing that, I'm just going to say, again, thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. This draft took us nearly 24 to 48 hours the last time we did it. And like Oxie mentioned, there was only 30-something people, 37 people that were being drafted. We've had 117 people being drafted this time, and it will take probably less than 12 hours.
Yeah.
Insane. So
I was also at my grandmother's funeral during the last draft. So it was very interesting to like talk to people, like check my phone, be like, shit, I'm up. to like run over to the side room, take a swig of wine, grab a bite of a sandwich, and be like, I want Hakuna Matata on my team. and then just like leave. But for my pick, this is my second to last pick. I still got one more. We might get to do one more pick by the end of the night. High Leveling. Welcome to the party, my friend.
Whoop, whoop, woo.
I'm stoked.
There we go. All right. So the draft should be done. And if you're playing in this bingo, get hyped because by the time this episode comes out, we'll have about 24 hours until bingo should be starting. On the 1st, I believe it starts in the afternoon if you're in the US. So it's very exciting. I officially am not playing in this bingo. With how busy my life is and my work schedule, I think it was easier for me to just kind of sit aside and take a more admin role and not feel like those entire 10 days like I had to neglect my family. So and it was going to be like, of the 10 days that bingo is running, I looked at my schedule and I'm going to have one full day off. But like, I'm going to be hanging out with my son. We're going to be, my wife is at work, so it'll just be me and the kid. So then realistically, I would have like a couple hours that one day, and then maybe like an hour or two each evening. But I also have family in town. So like, just a lot of stuff going on. And I think if I can just donate my time as a really good admin and like be there to verify tiles, answer any questions people have, add tiles to the spreadsheet so that the other captains who are also admins and mods can just focus on their team, I think that would make everybody's experience a lot better. And next bingo in the fall, I'll try and be a captain. I'll try and play. I just may have to take more of a backseat on the admin stuff, which, good trade-off.
I love the admin stuff, so I'll play and admin at the same time. In hindsight, doing the draft on the day where your go-to admin is not available was stupid because I'm looking at about 60 people who still need to get their individual team Discord roles.
Oh.
That I'm going to have to do before I go to bed. So
I can help you with that.
Woo! Like I said, no, don't touch the Discord roles. We've been over this. TMD, if you're listening, you broke my roles once. You're not going to break them again. Nobody's going to break my roles.
I can assign roles without breaking any. I do it all the time. I'm not going to mess with any roles. I can assign roles. We got this.
I'm watching you, Michael.
I'm just really worried now because Team D went in and like deleted stuff and
He deleted the Springo role. I had all like 20 channels ready for this. And he's like, yeah, I made a Springo roll, but I noticed you already made one. So I just deleted the one you made. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
It's real. I don't know if you guys know how to do Discord stuff, but the way that we do it is really, I guess, inefficient. Like you can copy channels and like get one channel set up with all the permissions and then just copy and paste. But I think like we just create all the channels and then add the permissions later. And
well, so what we end up doing is I will set the permissions like for the category as a whole.
Oh, okay.
And then I will adjust them as needed. Like the one big thing you got to do is make sure that the teams can't see each other's team chats.
Mm-hmm.
So normally I will make it so that like as a rule, teams 1 through 9 can't see any channels at all. And I'll individually go through and check like, all right, you can see these channels, you know, but I'll make it so that if they can see them, they can talk in them.
Yes.
But they can't see them, so it's a moot point for most of the channels that are in there. Because a good bulk of the text channels we have are actually just team text channels.
Yeah,
which right now I'll just say team 1 through 9, but we'll have really fun names very soon.
There's 18 channels cluttering up my Discord right now that I'm not even going to be a part of.
That's not counting the 10 voice chats that are below
no, that is
too. Oh, is it?
There's 9 voice and there's 9 chat. So there's 18 full-on channels. I mean, I'll jump into team chats and just kind of like make casual conversation with people if they let me, but I'll be mostly out of those, just like observing.
Yeah, it's a little cluttered, it's a little crusty right now, but I'm really excited for this event. Yeah, that's all really I gotta say about it. Is I'm big excite.
So expect a full-on episode probably next week with a lot of our hype and review, because I think by the time next episode comes out, will we still be in bingo?
Yep. By the time, so when we record next next episode, we will be 3 days into bingo. When it comes out, we'll be on the Thursday, and then the next time we record will be the day after it ends.
Oh yeah. Okay, so maybe not this next episode, but the one after that.
When Oxie's team rises from the ashes and crawls their way out of last place from the fall bingo and just blows the other 8 teams out of the water, which sucks because this is the one bad part about a draft is I had people who I'm like, all right, this is who I'm going to want on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I have a list of about 40 names who hell or high water, not like hell or high water, but like I want them in some order. When I say like 50 of the 40 people, and I did say that correctly, got picked by other teams, my social anxiety is like, I'm going to pick people I know. And I ended up being like, I'm meeting new people this bingo. I'm very excited. So if you're on my team and we've never spoken before, get hype because it's going to be a fucking week. I'm so excited for this. But I was like in voice chat. I think I said, God damn it, about like 10 times when people would take different players that I would have wanted for my team. So
yeah,
it's good fun. I'm glad. I think it got the community very involved. Yeah, we're in the captain's chat right now talking about how we're probably going to finish the draft today, which, God, it feels good to be done with this today.
It
hopefully
really does. Like I expected this to go on for like 3 days.
Well, that's why we made it so far away from the actual from the actual event itself. So
give us time. I'm very excited. The last thing I'll say about bingo, I'm very excited for the team names that are going to come out of this. I peeked into some of the channels, and the ones that are pretty active, they're already talking about names. But like, I'm curious if some of the fall bingo names are going to come back and resurface, like the Lumbee Boys. Like, are they going to be the certified Lumbee Boys again? I don't know. Are the Abyssal Daddies coming back? Don't know.
I don't think we could be. I don't actually think I have any Abyssal Daddy on my team from the last bingo. I legitimately don't think I'm on a team with anyone from the last time. I think half of my team ended up being a captain for this bingo. And then the other half I didn't get to pick. So
right.
Haha. It's great.
Yeah. the Lumbee Boys, which is TMD's team, they actually won the fall bingo, and I think he was really, really, really trying to get like a lot of his core members back together. But again, that's how the draft works in mysterious ways, and he only got a couple. But I think we're one of the few like Discord groups and clans that actually do a draft. A lot of bingos that you play and you just get assigned on a team and you hope that it's balanced. But
assigning
we do a draft.
teams for 128 different people of skill levels ranging from hi, I don't know how to get to Wintertodd to hi, I got a sub 55-minute Inferno. No thanks. Draft it is. I love a draft because it takes the responsibility of the randomness out of our hands and puts it in the hands of the captains, which in this case is still me. So like, I like a draft very much. It's my dream to one day be a player and not a captain.
I know, right? And a player, or just like a player in an admin, or just I don't know, maybe not even
just
an admin.
I want to play.
No, like
it would take a lot for me to not admin bingo.
And not an admin. Like, what if we had a whole bingo community or a whole bingo committee that handled the board? They handled all the stuff, and like they weren't playing, so that it really was 100% secretive. Because like half the captains know the board already because they're also planning the bingo, and then the other half don't know. So then you have kind of an imbalance of teams, but it really, I guess it doesn't matter because the people who are captains don't really do anything with that knowledge. So nothing nefarious happens. So we're like, hey guys, I know a thing or two about this board.
People have been asking me, they're like, Oxie, what are you hoarding? I'm like, I don't hoard anything. Like, even if I hoarded anything besides frog tokens, I can't before bingo.
No.
Because if I start hoarding, dark totems or master caskets or anything along the lines of like things that you hoard, if I went out into the wilderness and collected 783 Laren's keys, it's a spoiler for the board. Even so much as collecting ecumenical keys can be a stretch of like a spoiler for what's on the board. Yeah. I got some ecumenical keys today because I went to Kriara with Ryan, and if there's one thing Kriara is known for, it's clapping my ass cheeks up and down the God Wars dungeon. So if I'm going to Kree, I don't just need one key, I usually need at least two. So I got keys today, and turns out I needed 2 keys. I died with 3 mil worth of chins in my inventory. Not while I was at Kriara, because I didn't have a Zami item, was paying attention to the draft, didn't have auto retaliate on, and got killed by a Gorak at the entrance to the Kriara area.
Oh no.
We got an ACP, so like it worked out.
Hey.
But still.
Could have been 3 mil richer. That's all I'm saying.
I could have been 3 mil richer, but I wasn't. So bingo is very exciting.
Yeah.
We are 6 picks away from being done with the draft, and I couldn't be happier.
And then it's all uphill. No, downhill from here. It's all downhill from here. It sounded like it was a bad thing, but downhill is good. It's all like coasting until we get into day 1. I'm excited. All right, folks. I think we've kept you here long enough. If you will, stick around after the break. We'll have some fun questions and community questions and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we'll see you after this.
Howdy folks, my name is Prospector Percy and we're looking for some fine young adventurers who want to hone and grind their skills. Now if this sounds like you, then you gotta come on down to Motherlode Mine. Down here we got everything you need to train up them gathering and artisan skills. We got hammers, we got pickaxes, we got dwarves, we got other adventurers, we got a bank, and we got some baby moles. We've even got Grandma! Howdy Grandma!
Howdy Percy.
You probably gonna come on down here looking for ores, and let me tell you, we got all sorts. We got coal, we got gold, we got mithril, we got adamantite, and even runite. And where do all them there ores come from? Say it with me, fellas. Pay dirt! That's right, folks. Them there walls are lined with pay dirt. Mine a bag full and toss them on the conveyor belt. Watch it go down the water. Say hi to the baby mole for me. Once it hits the sack, go mine some more. Load your pay dirt on till the bag is full and fix that dang wheel. When your sack is all full and you're picking through them rocks, you might find some of them there gold nuggets. I'll take them off your hands for all sorts of goodies like bags of gems and bags for coal and bags for more pay dirt. I've even got some fancy mining clothes because who doesn't love a fishing fashion skate? Cart your way down to Fallador to the Mudload Mine just next to the mining guild to make all your pay dirt dreams come true.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. It is that time in the episode to shout out our lovely patrons. We do want to give a lovely shout out to Scape Caution, Elagio, Bolimer, Basket, Benjamin R, Haddad, Bod, Haddad, C. Gladney.
Wait. What is special about C. Gladney?
They're on
What
your
is
team?
special about C. Gladney, Michael?
I
What
don't
is
know.
special about him?
They're on your team?
He's my final pick for bingo. Let's go, C. Gladney!
Woo! All right. Big shout out to Morty, Creamed Ham, Durf Nasty. I love that name. Drum TXT, Flying Castiel, Forest Tree. Yes. Fortimus, Ice, Wallow, MB Jones, Jake W, Jonah Zune, Jordy, miss you, Jordy, King Flip, Macratinka Jones, Monkey Waffle, 999, Pooper Cheeks, Russ of Fury, Salted Snake, Shadow Blade. That was weird. Shadow. Thanks, Shadow. Never call him Shadow Blade. Toast, No Toast, Troll, and last but not least, our very newest patron, Zach. That was our wise old man. Thank you so much for all the support. And big and lovely shout out with all of my heart and all of me shouting out this tier. I don't know, trying to make it more grand. Anyway,
I'm the bad promoter, and somehow Michael's get more and more uncomfortable every week.
I want to shout out our KBD tier. Remember how Oxie did it all unedited? I'm trying to do that, and it's very hard. Anyway, big shout out to Oxie's dad and my dad and all of our dad. Cookies and MILF, Dr. Draven, Evan B, Kroll, the Lord Jake himself, P Joint, our third favorite Patreon supporter, Ralph, Spartan Fire, and Oxie's left nut, Akuna, aka Ryan. Thank you so much to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. Whether or not you got a shout out or not, we still love you. And thank you so much for the support. Shout out to the Gnome Child and Party Pete's tier. All of you guys are very special to us. If you would like to support us on Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/Xpwaste. And if you're feeling spicy, go back and count how many times I said Patreon, because it's a lot.
Why is this spicy?
Why is it spicy? Anyway, moving right along, we have our second thing that I normally do, and that is our community question. Not excited about the asking on this one, but there was a lot.
Michael was so mad. He's like, dude, we can't put that as a question. I said, F it, yes, we can. It's our show. And you guys answered it.
Okay. So, last week, Oxie asked you if you could be eaten by any boss in OSRS, which would it be? 8 of you weirdos answered. Let's see. Mima. What? Zill? I mean, Chaos Ellie?
Mima, listen to me, Mima. You're banned from our community. I swear to God, that was it. That was the final straw.
Jacob said me from Lunar Diplomacy.
Okay.
Tyler says Zilly with the drooling face.
What is with you nasty sons of bitches? I said that is not the point of the question.
Okay.
Tyler, you're also banned.
This one's just a bunch of numbers, but 1216 says King Black Dragon is the best way to go. You never know if you're going to be shocked, burnt, or poisoned, so you can take him down with you.
Thank you. Someone who answered the question properly.
Toast says Temporos, if it's just drowning. If not, probably the Coleman answer. Coleman answer. I can never say that right. Anyway, the guy from RFD. Because I could at least be made into a dish and not just devoured by some beast. Gotta find something positive, I guess. Thanks, Toast. Josiah says, well, besides a fragment of Seren, winky face with a hot, I'd have to go with Zuck. Quick and painless, hot, fiery death. Andre says, who has the cleaner beehole? Guthix or Zammy? What? And then finally, Plague Dr. Frankie. I'd have to say Giant Mole, because hear me out. Mole has so many babies roaming that cave. It would take a little bite, then feed me to its babies. Interesting. So, yes, that was the community question, guys. Thank you so much for answering. Oxie,
now our next piece of merch is going to be Commander Zilliana with a dinner plate in her hand, and everyone's going to lose their freaking minds.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oxie is officially banned from asking questions on the community question.
And so is everyone else who answered Zilly or Seren. You're all banned. We're going down together, baby. And nobody make a comment about that either. That we're done. We're done.
This is recorded, Oxie. I'm just letting you know that. Anyway, the question I have for you this week is:
if you could be eaten,
if you could eat any boss, no. So the question for this week is going to be: how would you revamp a mining skilling minigame, or like a skilling boss for mining? Well, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. So, thank you so much for everybody who did answer. You can answer over on Spotify or on the YouTube comments. Let me check, because I don't think we had any comments relating to being eaten. Yep, can confirm. Nobody answered on YouTube. So, Oxie, you have a segment for us, I do believe.
I do have a segment for you. Of course I do. It's Achievement of the Week time, folks. As always, a variety of achievements from the Discord. Firstly, we're shouting out Stin. Not sure if he's actually an official member of the clan, but he's a good friend of the clan. He finished the Elite Combat Diary this week.
Hell yeah.
I envy you, you jad-mantled bastard. I envy you.
Congrats. That's it. That's huge.
Congrats. In the skilling category, we have Fortimus with 99 Runecrafting, which, good God.
That is huge.
Can't imagine. That's huge. And I think we saw this one today, maybe? Yeah, no, that was today. Cam completed his monkey backpack agility log.
Woohoo.
It's just such a ridiculous thing. I felt like it needed to be shouted out. Cam, congratulations on finishing your monkey backpack log.
Yeah.
Because that's a skilling accomplishment I don't think I'm going to do. And finally, we have a 2-for-1 this week. Random person, or one of the 14,287 Jakes we have in our Discord, got not only his fire cape that I think I was there to watch and is always super hype. He soloed an entry mode Theater of Blood and got his quest cape.
Woohoo!
So in the same week, he got the Major Arena 2 cape, the fire cape, and the quest cape. So that man is ready for bingo. You're right. Capescape. Absolutely. There's one more achievement that we need to shout out, and that's an achievement for everyone who sat through this draft, because our boy Kyle, so close, has picked Ginger Dreams, or what is his name in game? Babunka, as the final pick of
the prestigious
Springo 2022.
The prestigious last slot. Not
did
the shameful last slot, but the very prestigious honor of closing out the bingo draft.
We did it. It's finished. It's done. We survived. What's the pronunciation there? Babunka. I was picked last in my very first bingo as well. You're going to do great, King.
Mhm.
Everyone who was picked in the final rounds. I'm so excited for this event. That is all I have for Achievement of the Week.
Thank you, Oxie.
We've made it. We've made it.
We've made it.
We pushed through. We made it.
So, Oxie, this week we do have a fun question sourced directly from our recording booth chat. By the way, if you want to be part of the recording booth, you hear us talk about it all the time. It's actually one of our Patreon benefits. So if you're a Wiseau Man or KBD member on Patreon, you have access to a Discord channel that we record our podcast live in, and a chat associated with it, kind of like a mini stream almost, and like they're there and they can chat and interact with us. So anyway, we asked them for a fun question, and Elagio did not disappoint. I think this is twice now that we've had an Elagio question on the pod. So
Hell yeah.
I want to know if you could have any OSRS content creator come on as a captain in Springo, who would it be and why? And why is it not solo mission?
I mean, so here's the thing. Just with let's get the solo mission elephant in the room out of here now. I'm on solo missions team. That's a great call. I love that choice. If I'm not on his team, absolutely not. If I can be on his team, one of the most deadly snakes in Gillinor, sure, I'm all here for it. But
yeah,
if not, then no thanks. Solo mission, I love your content. I've watched every single thing you've released the last 4 months. I'm not saying you'd be a bad captain just for the memes. But who do you think, Michael? You take this one first.
My gut reaction is to say Davidas, like a friend first, because I mean they're thousands of hours deep into RuneScape. They have a lot of knowledge around the game, and I think they're just, I don't know. I like to think that Davidas is a genuinely nice person. I mean, YouTube content, it's kind of gone all over the place in the last couple of years, but I enjoy every single thing they put out. So Davidas would be my number one pick, and I would love to be on their team. And they play RuneScape a ton, so it'd be kind of cool. Or somebody like, and I think this might be stealing yours, but Guns Chili. They're also a genuinely nice person, and they have a ton of knowledge around the game too. So easy content creator picks there.
You did not steal mine. Even though he would always be my first choice, I thought, no, not going to pick him because that's too expected from Oxie.
Oh, yeah, it was expected because I expected it.
This time I'm thinking low key, I kind of want people who are good at the game but don't give a shit about the game.
Okay.
And the three people that come to mind are King Condor. Good, doesn't care. That's the vibe we need as a Springo captain. You can carry people through content.
Yeah.
Without taking it so seriously that they don't want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bronze G. That's what we're all wearing. Sure. That's no barrier to entry for anyone, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. In a little bit of a sweatier vein, I think Tasty would be fun because that dry humor I think would be very fun to watch in a TNL bingo. That said, Tasty, f you too. In his most recent video, he says in the video, the only thing I hate more than Xpwaste is long intros. And I watched that video and went, man, I don't even know you.
Wait a second.
It's not relevant to our podcast at all. No, he doesn't know who we are.
Okay.
I just heard it and went, man, f you, Tasty. So maybe Tasty will be like our Matt Damon of the show. Who knows? But f you, Tasty. You'd be a great TNL captain. And finally, is it Hanini? How do you say her name? With the multi-login group Ironman?
Hanani, I think. It's Hanani.
Hanani, there it is. Yeah, I don't watch any of her content, but that sounds hysterical to just
would
give
make a
out the
good
login
captain.
information
Holy
for,
crap.
for an account. Hell yeah. I would love that as a
That would be
captain.
hilarious.
Good enough at the game. Doesn't give a shit about it at all.
Yep.
That's like that's perfect captain material right there. Those three would make perfect captains. King Condor, Tasty, and Hanny Ann? Hanny. I'm so sorry I keep mispronouncing your name. I'm sorry. The multiple Ironman players. I don't even know. I just heard about it and it sounds really freaking cool. If the three of you want to come be captains, come sign up for Fall Bingo because this draft nightmare is done.
Yeah, you're a little late now. So
Yeah, a little late.
next time.
Hanny. All right, Michael sent a screenshot of her thing on YouTube. Hanny.
You know
Delightful.
what's so sad? I looked her up to just see what the spelling name was, but the Everyone account has been permanently banned. What did you guys
That's
do?
bullshit.
What did you guys do? We were almost there.
That's bullshit. Well, now I have to watch that whole series because I know how it ends. Damn it.
It's only 10 minutes long on the last episode. You probably can make it through. Yeah.
I gotta watch the whole thing though. I'm gonna watch all of it.
Yeah. Sound off in the comments who you guys would want as a content creator captain. Sound off in the comments who you guys would think would make good guests for the show. We've been toying with the idea of having some more content creators to interview. So let us know who you guys want us to try and bring on the show. We don't have a lot of clout or pull when it comes to these type of things, but hey, it doesn't hurt to send a DM, right? The worst they can say is no. So yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Most of them do. Anyway, if you are a content creator and somehow you're listening to this and you've made it this far into the episode and you want to be on the show, let us know. If you've done something cool in the RS community, like the guy who did the TOB music, I think that would be really sick to try and interview him and get his, get the processes and stuff and like just talk about music with that guy. I don't know, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let us know. Our DMs are open. You can email us. So send it. It's all in the description. It's all in the description. Speaking of the description, Oxie, I think it's time we send these folks home.
I think it is. I think it's time we send me home. So
Yeah.
it's a short one this week, folks.
Yeah,
It's
guys,
not even a 2-hour recording track.
I'm so sorry. This is going to be
Perks of-
probably like an hour and a half maximum. So
Perks of being sick and 12:15 in the morning. So
yeah. So we might get back to longer episodes at some point. I know that there have been outcries from the fans and the listeners to say, where's my 2-hour, where's my 3-hour, where's my 4-hour episode?
Mima, you're not getting a 4-hour episode.
Not yet anyway.
Not ever. Not now, not ever. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
You know how long that would take to edit? Holy smokes, dude.
I have an idea, yeah, because the 50th episode took about 8 hours to edit. So,
There's a lot of drunken nonsense in that episode.
That was a lot of drunken shenanigans that had to get cut out of that episode. Not because they were funny, because it was just like me going, for like way too long because I couldn't keep a train of thought. Like,
Maybe for episode 73, we'll also make drinks again. And it'll be close to 4 hours.
Hell yeah, dude. We got another funny number. We got 2 funny numbers coming up back to back. We had
Hell
69
yeah.
and 73.
You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Anyway, folks, again, sorry this is a shorter one, but we are going to leave you off here. If you want to help support us, we have a merch store. You've seen us been wearing this merch the entire episode, and we have failed as content creators and podcasters to even mention where you buy it. That is xpwaste.shop. xpwaste.shop is where you'll find all of the great designs. If you're going to post about it on social media, make sure to tag us at xpwastepod and use the hashtag xpwastepodcast.
I make the show. And I posted a picture of myself on Twitter with my hoodie on earlier. And I didn't at the Twitter account that I have access to for the show that I make, for the merch that I own from that show. So if you don't do it, we will forgive you. That said, be real cool if you did.
It'd be real cool if you did. It'd be real cool if you did. Yes, and then give us any feedback you have on the designs, maybe designs you want to see. Within reason, we might be able to accommodate in the future because we do plan to have more merch drop as time goes on. If you want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/Xpwaste. And then every other link you would ever want is in the description. If you want to follow us on our socials, if you want to follow individual socials, Oxie did change his Twitter handle. So if you're using an older link, it's not going to take you there, but we'll have it updated.
The amount of people who have actually told me that my Twitter handle is incorrect today alone has been alarming.
Oh,
It's only like 3 people, but it's like 3 times as many people who I thought would be paying attention to my Twitter handle. So
it is a lot. That is a lot.
yeah.
Oh, and finally, YouTube. We have gotten quite a few subscribers, and it makes my heart happy seeing that little number go up. So if you're listening and you haven't gone to our YouTube channel, consider subscribing and consider watching the YouTube content that we have. It's the same episode. It's just you can see us, and things might make a little bit more sense when we're talking about merch and like seeing us in the merch. But if you're there, make sure to comment and leave a like and subscribe and do all the things you do on YouTube. That's so hard to get out every single time. Anyway, folks, I've kept you here long enough. And if you have made it here, thank you so much for listening. And we appreciate the support. We love you guys. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Bye.